Okay, this is cool. Polymarket. Have you seen Polymarket?
No, tell me.
All right, I'm gonna screenshot what I do on this thing. So Polymarket is a betting network. It's a place to bet on the future. So you can bet on anything. So if you go to
bet on your beliefs is the name is called, or the phrase is bet on your beliefs. Their trademark.
So it's similar to any betting platform. Like, oh, I can go bet. Will the Lakers win tonight, or are they going to lose? Right? But you bet on different type of stuff. So here's the top bets right now. Number one, will Dogecoin reach $1 at any point before June 15th, 2021? Will Andrew Yang win the Democratic primary of New York City in 2021? And so let's take that Andrew Yang one.
By the way, really quick, do you own Dogecoin? You tweeted out that you owned it. Yeah. Is that real?
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, so it's a huge thing for you.
Well, okay. So the part I didn't tweet out was that I took gains along the way. So I bought a million Doge at 3 cents. And so that would be, I would have made, I don't know, like $500,000 to $1 million or something like that if I just held the whole thing. But I sold at 8, I sold at 15, I sold at 30, so now I still have a slug of it left. And I'm just letting that ride at, it's at like 50 cents now or something like that.
Yeah. Only tweet the good stuff. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, so you could bet on something. So like there was a bet, or there's a bet right now. Will New York City be fully reopened by July 1? And then there's a price on, it's all simple, yes and no. So if you just look at this site, it'll show you that 60 grand has been bet on this bet. And most people are betting no. So out of 100% of people who bet, 73% said no, and 27% said yes. And so when you go bet, you get better odds. Like if I'm betting the yes side and only 27% people have said yes, I get paid more if that ends up being correct. If you take one of these other bets, like, we'll both like this one. I bet this one, which is, will Floyd Mayweather beat Logan Paul in their upcoming boxing match? To me, this is like 100% probability that if the fight happens, Floyd Mayweather is going to beat Logan Paul.
Yes.
But on here, it's 94. You get 94 cents, basically. It's 94% think yes. And there's 6% if you bet the other side, if you bet Logan Paul is going to win. And so to me, that's free money that's going to happen in 1 month, right? And so I can make like a 6% return on my money this month just by putting it into that bet.
Well, no. So I put in 10 grand, and if he wins, I make 10,161. No, it's only a 1.6.
Well, so the problem is, so that's the thing. It's there's slippage if you bet more. So there's only been $6,000 bet into this bet. So if you bet 10 grand, you would have moved the market, right? So put in $100, and you can see what your return is. And so for the more popular bets, you can bet 10 grand and it's not going to move the market, right? The Andrew Yang one has 260 grand in. So your 10K is not really going to move the prices that much.
That's interesting. So I'm going to bet on this Floyd one. By the way, Floyd's going to just, it won't even be close.
Of course, it's not even a question to me. Anyway, so there's a bunch of these things that are like this, but I think this is really cool. It's a really cool product. People have been talking about these prediction markets in crypto for a while, and this is a crypto based thing. So the problem is,
who created this?
Just like, I don't know, some team of people in the crypto world. And so what they say is, if you see at the bottom, there's a disclaimer. Polymarket is only for informational and educational purposes. We do not custody your money. We do not take profits. We don't host these bets themselves. So what they say is there's a betting protocol. Bets get made on there. And this is just a website displaying the bets and letting you like bet into those markets or bet into the protocol or not. And so these bets are all made on the Ethereum blockchain. So the whole bet is made there, and then they have a system for validation. So who's going to say if Floyd Mayweather beats Logan Paul? Well, there's like details in there of how they're going to decide, and then there's what's called trusted oracles or whatever. There's a decentralized group of people who will all submit their answer. What happened? Yes or no? And once there's a consensus, if there is consensus, then the bet finishes, it closes. And if there wasn't consensus, whatever, is New York City fully reopened by July 1? That's something to me where I'm curious. I don't know how they're going to resolve that. Like fully open, it says it needs bars, restaurants, blah, 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 blah. But like, what if there's some gray area? I don't know how they resolve these bets in that case. But I find it really fun to, I think if you listen to this podcast by now, I'm kind of a gambler. I find this to be a fun way to gamble on things that, you're betting are going to happen. And so I put $5K into this thing and I started betting on different bets and I'm having a blast. And so I'm going to keep doing it.
I think this is going to be quite large.
Like I won a bet for the Saturday Night Live thing. It said, "Will Elon Musk mention Dogecoin on Saturday Night Live?" And yes was paying out at like 94 cents, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to do it. And so I bet yes. And so I bet $250 and I made $330 or something like that. So I made like a profit of, I don't know, I forgot what it was, like $80 or something like that on the bet.
Dude, this is badass. So how did you find this?
People in crypto talk about this thing. I'd heard the name before. I've been to it before, but this was the first time I actually started betting on it.
Like you on Twitter, they talk about it?
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I'm just like so knee deep in the crypto world. I don't even know when I hear about things. Maybe it's Twitter, maybe it's a friend. I have no idea.
Oh, they just raised money.
Yeah, they've raised money. They're kind of they're like a well-considered brand, I think. Which is kind of weird because this thing, like if you go to the website, how it works and stuff is like pretty skimpy. They don't really do a great, like for a financial betting website, you would expect them to have like way more like legalese and fine prints and everything. And they really don't. It's very bare bones. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like a Las Vegas betting system built on top of,
this is great.
On top of Ethereum, right? So if you wonder what's the value of something like Ethereum, is it just speculation? Like, no, people are building essentially casinos on top of Ethereum, right? Outside of the financial system. It's pretty cool.